Alright, we got you back again, back on the channel, bro.
What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy, DJ, also known as DJ Pac-Man. We got top 4 actually on yesterday at our locals playing pure Yubel. No Fiendsmith, nothing. It's post Banlist. I actually have the engravers and stuff, but honestly, I miss playing the deck without it, so it did pretty well. So we'll just hop right into the deck profile. So for starting off, I played 3 Samsara. You have to, it's your 1-card combo. If this goes off, you're just winning. I played 3 of the best extender. There's a room where you could say you could just play 2, but I'm broken. I always want to see this, and the list is a little heavy. I played 3 Spirit. Honestly, the Battle Fader effect came in more than people expect, and this was clutch all day, just having the extra name. I played more bricks because I'm playing pure. I played the Terra Incarnate, and I played double Yubel. For the combo, I can get away with 1, but I always like having a second one for the grind. So it was just good to have all day today. And then I also played 3 Dark Beckoning Beasts, and then the 1 Shawara. This is pretty standard for the most part. Like the different ratios most people play, they would cut the 1, and some people would cut the Terra Incarnate, and they'd probably cut a Spirit. But for the most part, I was really happy with having it as is. And there's nothing really else I would change, especially since I'm playing it pure. And I wanted to have access to more names to make a Phantom, because I was going really heavy on that. For hand traps, I made like the Bestials, the 1 Magna, 2 Druids. There was a time where I was playing the Ball Drake because I'm playing so many darks in my deck, and I wanted to use it as interruption, but these just serve a better utility, honestly. And nothing else to change about that. Then 3 Nib, people are going to have to respect it. I always want to see this with another hand trap, obviously. More people are ending on the Caesar, so I wanted to have this plus an Imperm, or this plus like a Bestial, or this plus something else to like force interruption, and then make sure this resolves. So this was good. Then I also played, obviously, the standard 3 Ash. Like, nothing to say about that. For the spells, I played the 1 Call By. I'm Saki. I always want to draw it. The 1-for-1, just broken 1-0s. And then our newly limited opening. I mean, there's a reason this card had to go to 1, but I'm not mad about it. I still saw it enough. So, I played 2 talents to honestly play through like the 75 hand traps that everybody's playing today. It did me well, like all day, so can't remember that. The God card itself, since I'm playing pure, I needed something to like make people like scared. So the thing is, right, without playing the Fiendsmith cards, I was playing the Trap card, which I'll show in a little bit, the Eternal Favorite. So I wanted to have something that made my opponent have to respect my board at all times, and I wanted something going first and second. And obviously, we have the most broken Super Poly target in the game, so I wanted to have this. And it's also crazy in the mirror match. It actually came up in the Yubel mirror where I used my opponent's Yubel monster to just cook their entire field, so it was pretty good. The other broken one is I played Terraforming, so I can have 4 copies of the Nightmare Throne. Dude, having this card as like an extender to push past things is crazy. Like your opponent will hand trap you 3 times, and then you just activate this, and then you're just right back into the game. So it always feels good. Then this was a weird decision, but I played 3 Nightmare Pain. 2, I'm gonna say this is the optimal number. I played 3 because of 1 of how many darks I'm playing, and also in this pure build, I was running into a situation where people on my locals are getting better at the game. They're starting to realize how dangerous this card is to like stick up, and only playing a 1 doesn't make sense where there's too much interruption, and 2 sometimes is not enough for the grind game. And I'd actually sometimes like hard opening this card because I'll go Spirit Effect to like try and get this, and my opponent will like Ash or Veiler or whatever to try and stop me from having access to it. And hard opening this in my hand to push past that is always super important. Then we have, of course, everybody plays the 3 Imperm. Nothing can be really said about that. And then I play the Brick. I play the Reborn because there's times where I end on the Unchained Soul of Rage and a Yubel name, and then I'll tribute the Unchained Soul of Rage, and then I'll just bring it back with this. It feels safer playing into like Dark Ruler or like other board breakers. Because I'm not playing the Fiendsmith cards, I don't have to care about playing the Trap card to pop. So that way I can Desiree negate. So this was just fine. And then the God card, the entire event, was the Eternal Favorite. The grind game, another layer of interruption. It just did everything that I essentially wanted it to do. So I was super happy that I played that. Overall, it's like 43, 44 card list. So going into the extra deck, we go the 1 Mirage, the 1 Muckracker, the 1 SP, the 1 Griffin. This was actually really clutch. I started trying to pivot more into this line, getting the Unchained Soul of Rage into the graveyard and getting this to stick. So ideally, I would want to have this type of setup, and then I would pitch the eternal favorite, and then reset it and get a free draw. It was just really good to like cycle through cards and then set up something that my opponent would have to check. And then if they would try to destroy it, obviously this would protect. So it was just overall really good. Then I play not one, but I play double Yama. I go through one for the combo line, and having the second one for follow-up was really good all day. I just need to pick up a second secret because these mismatching rarities are hurting me, but it's okay. Then we play the one Rage, and I play the Anguish. Going forward, I might make a change and find space for an access code, because a lot of times this didn't really have that many targets to go into, but it always forced my opponent to have to respect something. So I'll just take stuff and link off with it. Then I play the one Verugis. Obviously, it comes up a little too much. I played triple. Listen, this card got to go to 1. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna leave it where it's at. That card's not okay. Game winner. I was just cooking with this all day. It was really good, honestly. Like having the Super Poly to go second and just eating through a board in the mirror match, eating through a board, and then people having to read this card 3 or 4 times and realizing it's really hard to get rid of. Can't destroy by battle, card effects. It also burns and it banishes. It does a lot. It's crazy. And then my opponent actually managed to out this, and then reading Spirit Gates, pitched, and I just brought it back, and they're like, "You can do that?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Yeah, this card's not okay." And then the standard Super Poly targets, just something to have, just to go into it. That's it for the extra. Going into the side, my sideboard's a little weird. There's some changes I would want to make, but I was happy with the way it played out. I wanted stuff for back row because there are some Labyrinth players here that I'm a little scared of, but it's whatever. This is just mostly to, like I said, check back row. I was looking a little bit like Tempai because I was said no. People were playing Dark Ruler, and I just wanted to open Rogeki. I wanted something, because the decks nowadays are playing around a Dark Ruler or having answers to it. I wanted something to force a negate, and then making sure that I can get a Yubel name on field, and once that Yubel name sticks, Super Poly. So this was just to bait boards out. Like the Dark Ruler would be nice, but I'm trying to deal damage, and if I can get a Yubel on field and plus a Nightmare Pain, the damage is happening. Or Yubel plus a Super Poly, the board is getting cleared. So I didn't really want to see Dark Ruler, especially because I like pushing for damage. I played 3 Droll. We have 2 out of them. And then we played 3 Judgment for going first. Honestly, this was amazing all day. Like, people would play Dark Ruler, Lightning Storm, or Evenly to try and check my boards. And this was just an answer like all day. Sometimes I saw 2, and I was like, I'm not losing that game. I have enough gas to push through. And then having this as a guaranteed safety net, always felt good. And then the natural check. This was mostly just for Tempai, but there's also a couple branded Chimera players here. So I wanted to have like something that checks that. Plus Whitewoods. I did not honestly respect that deck enough, and it felt like I wanted to have something to stop them from going really crazy. So this plus Droll, or this plus like any way to like keep playing, was really good. So that's it for the sideboard.
Any shoutouts?
Oh, of course, I gotta shout out Ocean Gang, you know, and my team. They love me and support me. I gotta shout out my friends, everybody here at Cool Stuff who's like helped me out with deck building, with cards and everything like that. So it's overall shout out Danny, JC, everyone here really. And like, I can't go through every name, but I love every one of you guys. Appreciate you guys.
All right, man. Thank you.
Of course.